Hey guys, welcome back to Marcus's Magic Review. Today on the review, we're looking at the Magician's Organizer by TCC Magic. And I'm going to show you how to modify it to fit more of what you want. Okay guys, so you've seen the pictures, you know what we're looking at. This is the outer shell casing. This is the Magician's Organizer. What is the Magician's Organizer? Well, the Magician's Organizer is exactly what it says. It is a carrying case / organizer and performance pad for you to store your gear and your equipment and your tricks, as well as perform on. Now, the interesting thing about the Magician's Organizer is that it is small, compact, and portable, meaning that you can really take this anywhere you go, and it's supposed to be designed to fit an entire close-up show. So we're not talking about everything you own. We're talking you've planned a close-up show, a small intimate show, maybe table hopping or at a restaurant, and you've organized this case with what you're going to need for that event. Okay, so let's take a look at the organizer. It is a soft shell. Looks like it'd be water resistant zip up case. So it is a fox leather. It's not a real leather. Has the little TCC logo there. We open it up and you're going to get the, this is the close-up pad. Okay, it is pretty small. There are some other reviews out there that talk more about the dimensions and of the pad and all that stuff. But today, I really want to be focusing on how to modify this. This is primarily what this is about. This won't be a standard review. I've seen a lot of people and a lot of magicians say that this doesn't deliver exactly what they want. They say that there's just not enough room in this, and you can only do and fit certain things. So this is the basic standard layout, okay? These little compartments are made up of they're divided by what looks like, it feels like a foam of some kind, okay? And maybe foam and cardboard. So, and then the mat itself, or the insides, is like a hard like plastic with like a little felt over top to have a nice little feel to it. It's nice and soft, okay? So we're gonna show you what can go in here by default. And you may have already seen these on some other reviews, but we're gonna show you what can go in here by default, and then I'll talk about a few of the things that I wish would fit in here, and then what I did about it. Okay, so we're gonna start putting some things in this, and just so you can kind of see what's gonna fit and what's not gonna fit by default and all that other jazz. So, I got the mental dice, okay? I got some carpenter coins right there. You can, in here as well, I have an extra large thumb, okay? So something like this is not gonna go in these slots. It's gonna have to come down here into one of these guys or into a card slot up here. You can see it goes sideways into a card slot there. I consider this the general pocket because there's no little curvature to take the deck out. This is meant to be for other things. So you can kind of put that right there. I got pyro perception. You can throw that over there. Well, it doesn't really fit in there perfectly, but it'll go. We can put some decks, okay? Some standard decks. So if you haven't heard, this does have a problem fitting some decks, okay? This here is triple helix. Okay, so this is triple helix. So anybody who knows what triple helix is, it's a deck multiplication. So you get a 3-deck or 2-deck production, and then the original deck itself. This though is just not. It's too wide to fit in here nicely. It won't fit. As you can see, it just won't go in. So any kind of specialized deck, it may not be able to fit in these compartments. Okay, it doesn't. It doesn't fit in the general slot, which is essentially the same size as a card slot, only without the little divot in there to help you get the decks out like that. Okay. So you can, by default, you can fit several decks in there, standard decks. You may have seen some other reviews where they talk about some other kinds of decks that aren't standard bicycle decks, so some other decks, and they show you what fits and what doesn't. So I highly suggest that you do take a look at those reviews to get a better idea for what goes in here. But like I said, the primary meat of this is to show you how to modify this, and I'm going to show you how to do it not only safely and effectively, but I'm going to show you how to be able to put them back in, so to return it to its original state. And I'm going to show you that right now. So let's take some of these out of here. Okay, we'll leave the stuff down here. Now, if you look at this entire layout, you're going to see a couple different things. One is that the frame around the outside is what houses these dividers. As you can see here, I'm not sure if you can see that. Let me just move this up here a bit. So as you can see, there is inserts in the side of the tray that these dividers attach to. Okay, so what I did was I simply looked at the shortest ones, okay, and this is what I would suggest. This middle one right here, okay, and this over here. The reason why is because these are shorter, okay? This is one long piece that connects all the way down here and has multiple other pieces connecting to it. Whereas this one, this one, this one, and this one are small pieces. They're very small and they can be removed without much hassle. I've already done this, but I'll show you. If you're very gentle and you just pull back this, because it's not attached from the bottom, so it moves like this. If you just pull it back a bit, you can kind of pull out from the top and disconnect. It'll be glued in there, so you have to pull a little bit and disconnect the piece. And as you can see, it has the two little divots here on the side. I know that it's a little dark on the camera. Unfortunately, I don't have good lighting in here, but so you can see that. And then if you look at the box, the tray, you'll see where maybe you'll see, maybe you won't see, where the little divot is right there, where it goes, okay? I know it's dark, like I said, folks, I'm sorry about that. So I've removed this middle piece right here, as well as this piece right here. I've removed this piece, the corner, okay? It comes out. There's no damage to it. It can fit right back in and you can add that divider back, okay? But what this modification allows for now is the addition of things that you normally wouldn't be able to fit, like the Quiver Plus wallet, which now fits in quite comfortably, and you can add something else as well. Okay, you can store other things in here now to kind of fill up that space. Okay, if you really wanted to do something along those lines, and I have lots of stuff I could throw in here, but I'm not going to bring everything out at this particular moment. Okay, of course down here your Sharpies are still going to fit perfectly. Okay, it's a perfect spot for 3 Sharpies in each spot. Okay, if you don't need that many Sharpies, you could even consider removing one of these. Okay, I wouldn't personally myself, but you could, if you don't, maybe you don't use a lot of Sharpies even, you could remove this piece right here and create a much larger compartment, and it would remove the exact same way these would, because they're, even though it's a longer piece than these or these, it still is not these, it's not the big long major dividers. So then, as you can see here though, we got something like Turbo Stick. I keep it in this, I keep it in that this little container so that it doesn't get scratched up. So when I'm doing and I'm wiping, it doesn't it doesn't get caught. The ink doesn't get caught in little crevices. Okay, but for something like it does go in there. Okay, like that. With the cover on it, it will as well. It'll fit in there as well. I'd have to fold the edge of the cover. Okay, so Turbo Stick in there. Also, specialized decks. A lot of specialized decks now, like Triple Helix, for example. And if you'll notice, you'll see that Triple Helix just fits in there real nicely now. Okay. Now the thumb tip is gonna raise a little high, and what's gonna happen here is you're gonna notice that it doesn't sit properly on there because of that thumb tip. So something like a thumb tip, now it sits perfectly, okay, even with the triple helix deck in there, which is a bigger deck, it sits perfectly in there. But yeah, even something like a thumb tip isn't gonna properly fit in this close-up case, as you can see. Maybe in the corner here, I don't know, let me switch that up. No. Yeah, it's raised over in this corner. That thumb tip just throws it all off. But typically I would carry this in my little, the little pocket in your jeans or your pants, just so it's easy access with my thumb. So I wouldn't normally store this in a box anyway, so I'm not gonna worry too much about that. But this is the general idea, guys. That's the general idea. That's how you modify this. And just keep these. Don't rip them out and destroy it. Keep them. And then now you can, at any given moment that you decide, okay, I'm going to change up what I want to put in my box. Maybe you're going to change your close-up show. You can just put these right back. Okay? Nice. Boom. Fits right in there. Boom. So there you have it, guys. Okay, I'm going to do a little 5-star rating, even though there's no pros and cons on this video. I'm going to give the Magician's Organizer a 3.8 out of 5. It is handy. It fits pretty much a single show. I do like that I found a way to modify it. If you couldn't modify this, a lot of magicians maybe might not find a use for it just because of the limitations of the storage. But because I was able to find a way to do a modification, I believe it opens a door to many more possibilities for my props. So I'm extremely happy about that. Kind of some cons mixed in there, by the way, guys. This is not, like I said, not a standard pros and cons. 3.8 though, I mean, it's a pretty solid for what you get here. The pad is good quality. The box itself is good quality. The carrying case is actually good quality. It's all foam and fake leather. This is like a fake suede or something, right? But the pad is good quality. It feels nice on your hands. It does kind of have that one-way rough texture when you go one way on it. But you know, you're not gonna do a full spread of cards on there. It's just not big enough. Unless you have a nice little tight spread and you can still have a good showing of everything, but really it's gonna be tough. You might have to practice with that. It's a good practice pad. I'm gonna use it for my close-up shows. I think it works perfectly now for what I need it for, and I'm gonna be taking this to venues and using it for my close-up shows. So 3.8, it's good enough for a silver medal. Thanks for joining me on Mark's Magic Reviews. I hope you found this useful. We'll see you next time.